Okay, so here we are today. We are going to rank every single chapter from Little Nightmares 1 to Little Nightmares 3. I'm gonna exclude Very Little Nightmares this time because I think there's like 13 levels in that game and it would honestly just draw the video out. And plus, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them would just be at the bottom, so I didn't even bother with that. We're just gonna go with the mainline games today for this. You guys showed so much support on that other ranking video. I appreciate you guys so much. The protagonist ranking video is coming next, and y'all are that's gonna be the most controversial one. I promise y'all, we're gonna have arguments about that video, so go ahead and like and subscribe for that next video. Also remember, this is my opinion. Feel free to have yours, share your opinion in the comments. Let me know which one you think is the best, which one is the worst. So let's start out with the Hideaway. The Hideaway kind of felt like a very reused level from the first game. It kind of just felt like the prison and the lair kind of just reused again, and it didn't really feel special, and they didn't introduce any new monster in this chapter or anything. They just reused the janitor, but it is DLC, so I kind of get it. The coolest thing about this level, I think, is the kind of the furnace part. Yeah, this level was kind of whatever. It is the least memorable level of the DLC in pretty much every Little Nightmares game, I think. So yeah, that's why it's in last place. Now we're already into Little Nightmares 3. Who would have guessed? Necropolis. Now the demo left a little sour taste in my mouth. It was 30 minutes long and nothing happened in the demo, and it took place in the Necropolis level. And then I played the full game and still nothing happened in the first chapter of Necropolis. The big baby, you don't even get like satisfaction of killing the monster. The monster just kind of F's off, and that's kind of it. The only thing that's cool about this level, I think, is the umbrella thing, which they don't even use after this level. I don't know why. And as an intro to Little Nightmares, it is very lackluster, even when you compare it to, I'd honestly say, both games. I guess it kind of sets the tone for how like lackluster the game is gonna be. But I mean, the coolest thing about this was honestly the statues that are there, and there's kind of like, okay, the baby made all these statues or people into statues by staring at them. And in the intro, you wake up and you apparently you get off of the maw where the first game takes place, on the maw. That's the coolest thing about this level, is a theory. When that's the coolest thing about your level, it's just kind of like whatever. And yeah, I really don't have anything to say about this level, to be honest, at all. So let's get right into the next one, the prison. Don't get me wrong, it sets the tone way better than Little Nightmares 3 intro does. It sets the tone, introduces a great character, the janitor, but let's be honest, in this first chapter, nothing really crazy. I mean, you get introduced to the eye, but let's be honest, in chapter 1, nothing really crazy happens. You maybe run from the janitor a little bit, and then that's kind of it. But it is a nice tone setter for the games, don't get me wrong. It's just kind of like just the introduction level to the very first game. So the Candy Factory. I guess the only reason that this one is higher than Necropolis and the prison is because I guess you actually kill the monster in this game. But the Candy Factory really isn't anything special to me. It's kind of like just whatever. And I think that the design of the supervisor, I feel like they had a lot of potential with that design. I like how she has the spider, and you do kill her, even though it's very lackluster at the very end. It's like one of the most lackluster kills, unsatisfying kills in the series, to be honest. And you only get like one good chase. Honestly, this chapter, they blue ball the hell out of you with how many times she shows up and almost finds you. I don't know why they do that. And honestly, this chapter kind of reminded me a little of the teacher. They copied the homework of Little Nightmares 2 with the teacher a little bit, but it's way worse. Especially the part with like the climbing the cabinets up into the rafters and all that shit. It just kind of seems really like a really bad copy, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say about the Candy Factory other than that. Let's move on to the Residence, which is the last chapter of the DLC. Now, I did think that they did some really interesting stuff with this. I like the Shadow Children, and I do like how you find out that the lady is hiding her face, and they add more lore to the lady in this DLC as well. The chapter as a whole, yeah, I just think that there's way better chapters, honestly, if I'm being honest. I don't think this chapter is bad at all. I think it has some interesting level design. It kind of just ends you wander in a room, and then she picks you up, and that was kind of it. You find out that the runaway kid, I believe that is his name, is the gnome that Six eats. I don't know why y'all like Six so much. She is evil as hell, but that was the craziest part about this chapter, honestly. That was the craziest part. That's why it's higher than all those other ones, is because that ending and twist, that shit was crazy. The Institute, the saving grace for this is not that damn final boss, Otto, which I called him the old man in the last video. I'm sorry about that. But Otto, or the hypnotist, or whatever his name is, it is not that. The saving grace of this level, the light, where you switch between, I guess, the dream world and like the real world, or whatever the hell it is. That mechanic is so interesting and I think one of the best in the whole Little Nightmares franchise. I don't know why they were not more creative with that type of stuff in the actual game. If they did more stuff like that, I feel like Little Nightmares 3 could have been great. They're not that creative until the very final level. The Institute doesn't look crazy. It's not that crazy. I kind of did like running through it once Otto finds you out, or finds you with the hand. That was okay. So we have the carnival. Now this to me felt the most Little Nightmares out of all the levels in Little Nightmares 3, like I said. And I don't think it's a surprise that they showed off this when they were showing like the gameplay demos of the game. And I feel like this is where the game picks up finally. And this has the best monster in the level, in my opinion. The guy smashed the thing for you because he's blind. You have to call him over. I was like, they should just do some of this more. And I like the part where you're trapped in the prison. You have to break your co-op partner out. I really do like that stuff. And that's why I think it's the best in Little Nightmares 3. I wish they had more levels like the carnival level. I feel like the game would have been way better. It is obviously the best level in the game, but unfortunately Little Nightmares 1 and 2, and even a level from the DLC, is way better than Little Nightmares 3. And so we are done with Little Nightmares 3. So after the carnival is the ladies' quarters. Now it was kind of short, let's be honest. It's like the shortest chapter in Little Nightmares 1. It is good still, don't get me wrong. I love the boss fight and I love the badass ending with 6, even though I don't fuck with 6. But the introduction to the lady is cool and kind of carried by like the ending and the boss fight. So yeah, this, I feel like after this is where it gets to the part where y'all are gonna argue with it. Next I have the depths. This to me is the best level in the DLC, no doubt about it. Best chapter, like the story of there's a monster down there in the very bottom of, I guess the maw is cool. I played this right after Little Nightmares 3, so I might like it a little bit more than everybody else. But I mean, the water monster is kind of cliche, I guess, because I've seen other games do it. But I like this level a lot. What can I say? Moving on. The Pale City. Now we get into Little Nightmares 2. This might be a little low. I do kind of feel like this is the worst chapter in Little Nightmares 2, but I think Little Nightmares 2 is like the best game in the series for sure, and I feel like saying that it's the worst level doesn't like mean it's bad at all, because all the levels are amazing. But after banger of chapter 1, 2, and 3, the Pale City pales in comparison. Okay, that's my lame joke for this one video, but it pales in comparison to the other chapters, and even I guess chapter 5. I mean, you do get the Thin Man kind of chasing you, which I do like, and the TVs and the viewers, which I thought was cool. I don't know. At the end of the day, this was the least memorable chapter for me in the second game for sure. I guess this chapter kind of drags out in the second game, but it's not bad at all. Like, all Little Nightmares 2 chapters are great, but I put this one where it is. After that, you guys can probably guess the next one, which is the Signal Tower. The Signal Tower in the final chapter of Little Nightmares 2. The chase is amazing. The twist is amazing. The boss fight I thought was cool. And obviously the level design of going through the doors and seeing yourself, I thought was very unique, and I like that a lot. And I do think this chapter is really good, and it's a strong, strong ending to the second game. I think the next 6 are just way better. So next is the lair from the first game. When I originally made this list, I was like, okay, the lair is like okay, but I forgot what happens in the lair. You get chased by the janitor, and it's some of the best stuff in the game. You get to see his lair and all the, I guess, kind of lore bits and everything. And honestly, the best part about this, besides the running away from the janitor, is you taking his arms out. That shit is like top tier. Now we move into the top 5. The Wilderness, it is the best intro, no doubt about it in my mind. It has one of the most satisfying kills where you shoot his ass with a shotgun. I mean, it might be carried a little bit by that, but this intro is so strong. I have to put it top 5. Like, it introduces you to 6 as well. Honestly, I don't think they could top this intro. I couldn't even say really anything bad. I like the puzzles. I like the traps. I like everything. But yeah, that's why it's number 5. So we move on to the top 4. Now the top 5 is where it'll probably, y'all y'all argue about it the most. I'm not gonna lie. The kitchen, one of the best monsters in my opinion in the game. You get introduced to them. You get the twist that there's 2 of them, which is crazy. The most creative designs, I think. One of the best chases, I think, in the whole series, with the running on the hook, like the meat hanging and the dishes and everything and all of that. I feel like that is amazing. And the twin chefs are some of the best monsters in the whole series for sure to me. And this level is one of my favorite, just replaying the game. Surprisingly, when I made this list, I did not think the guest area would be that high. I honestly do like it a lot. The guest area is top 3 for me because I just like the levels. I like seeing the guests walk in, get on the conveyor belt, walk in, knock the tables over, trying to get you all the food and everything like that, chasing you. And I love their design. I love the, I guess, the dynamic between how small 6 is, between how big the guests are. It's like that creates for some really good moments and everything like that, and especially the chase at the end. The chase is one of my favorite for sure in the game, or in Little Nightmares in general. So that's why the guest area is top 3. Now we get a top 2. Now, when making this list, I knew that these were the top 2 for sure. I knew there was no doubt about it. The hospital is number 2. Some of the most interesting level design of the whole franchise, no doubt. To me, the best part is definitely the mannequins. It creates for some of the creepiest, scariest things in Little Nightmares, the mannequins. To me, the mannequins are better than the doctor. Even though I do like the doctor, don't get me wrong. I know y'all saw that ranking now. I feel like anytime in a horror game when you have a monster that, you know, you have to look at constantly or it'll move, I feel like that's just, honestly, it's just easy. Like, you can just do that with anything. It's like, it creates for some of the scariest, craziest tension ever. So the chase whenever you run from all the mannequin hands is crazy good. And then when you finally burn the doctor in the furnace, bro, like that shit's crazy. And 6 just sits there and she's evil. She sits there in front of the furnace and like warms her hand. You're like, damn, she's very sick and twisted. Like, number 1, the school is number 1. I don't know, the best pacing, the best level design, the best everything, I think, in Little Nightmares. The reason I put this over the hospital is because I like the teacher better than the doctor for sure. The school as well is like amazing. Like, it has literally one of the best chases. I like how creepy the teacher is as well. All the kids are bad. I like how Mono sneaks into the classrooms and stuff. How Mono has that moment where he kind of does everything by himself. The piano shot is one of the best moments in the game, where she's playing the piano and you literally have to like move when she plays the piano. There's so many great moments I can name from this chapter. If you ask me tomorrow, I might say the hospital's better, but right now for this video, we're gonna say that I like the school better. State it in the comments what you guys think, what you thought of my ranking, where you would rank them. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. See you guys next video. Peace.